All right, guys, this is what we want to do today, right? So sent out an email to all on Labor Day who was interested in learning how to truly comp a property with free resources. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you exactly how to comp a property with some free resources and some of the resources that I use. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm show you exactly how to comp a property with resources, some of the resources that I use. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So there's a few resources that I use. I use Redfin, What's My Home Worth, and I use PropStream. PropStream is not a free resources. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I use Redfin, What's My Home Worth, and I use PropStream. PropStream is not a free resource, but you get a 7-day free trial with that, and I'll give you the code and a link for all of that while we're going through this session. Okay, so today, let's kind of jump right in. I sent out 2 addresses. I sent out 19162 East Siegel Drive in Queen Creek, Arizona, and I sent out 10807 South Morgan Avenue in Chicago. So we'll start with the Morgan Avenue in Chicago address, and then we will do the Queen Creek address. So first of all, we're going to go to Redfin. What's My Home Worth? And there's a few things that you want to do when you're truly comping a property, right? You want to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples and not apples to oranges. So you want to have like property, like area. And what I mean by like property, you want to, if you're comping a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you want to make sure you're comping a similar 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or if it's a single level home, you want to try and comp a single level home to another single level home and not to a 2-story home. So, and I'm going to show you the specific reasons, when comping, what you need to do and some of the things you need to identify when you're doing it. So you want to make sure, number one, you don't cross any major roads. You want to try and stay within a block format to where you're not crossing any major roads. That's one. You want to be your subject property. You want to be 200 square feet above or below. So if your property is 2,000 square feet, you want to stick between 1,800 square feet and 2,200 square feet in order to get a light property. So let's start with, like I said, the 10807 South Morgan Street in Chicago. So Redfin, What's My Home Worth? It'll pull up all of the information about the property. The reason why I know this property here specifically is because everything that I like to do, and I like to tie it back to something that I've done before. So this was a flip that we did, and we had to comp this property. We had to comp the properties in the area. So I'm going to show you exactly what we had to do. So this was a direct lead that we received from a homeowner that needed to sell a property. So as you can see here, we sold this property in 2021 for $270,000. All right. So if I was looking at this property and I had no idea what the comps was first thing I would do would come to Redfin, what's my home worth, and try and get the information about the property. So as you can see with Redfin, they start giving you comps already in the comparable map. So I would look at these comps. I'm seeing a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,300 square feet for $275, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,300 square feet for $275 that just sold last month. And then we have one that sold last month for $138,000 that I'm sure is not renovated. And then we have an unknown property. And then we have 2 other properties. So what do I mean by making sure that you stay within the block radius, right? So you want to try and stay within a 1-mile radius of the subject property, but you also want to make sure you don't cross any major streets. So if I'm looking at this property, I'm going to look at the comparable map. So I'm going to zoom in. First of all, we have our subject property is here. And what I mean by block area and making sure you're not crossing any major streets, I would want to stay in between this 107th, this Halsted, 111th, over to this slanted area here. Okay, so all of my subject properties or comparable properties, I would want to keep in this area here. So as you can see, we have A, C, F, E, and D. And as you can see, we don't have B in this area as of yet because it's crossed 2 major streets. It's east of Halsted and it's north of 107th Street. Okay, so I'm going to let's look at A first. Let's look at the dynamics of property A. So our subject property is 1,329 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Now in certain areas, this is above grade square footage. So this is above basement level. So nothing, the square footage with the basement is not being calculated. So I'll open up pictures and look at this one. Let's look at the pictures on this property. Looks clean. Walls have been opened up. Look like this property has been renovated. No appliances here, but a very, very clean remodel. So as you can see, this one is really starting to become very easy to comp because you got good subject property, good comparable properties right here within the area. So as I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, the basement is finished. There's additional bedroom and bathrooms in the basement. We have central air. So that's one. So we know that this one here, property 108th and Morgan. So you're on the same street. It sold a couple of months ago, same square footage, same beds, pretty much same baths, 1 block up the street, sold for $275. So immediately you can look at that and you can say, hey, you know what? Our comps here is we got a good solid comp at $275, right? So let's take it a step further. So we looked at that one. Let's look at the next one. We know B was not in our subject area, but pretty close, but that one was at $275. Let's not use that one for right now. Let's go on to the next one. Let's look at F. So F, we're at a completely different price point. We're at $320,000. But as you can see, we're in the same area, same neighborhood, pretty much 2 streets over, but the square footage is a big difference. So you're looking at 400 additional square feet versus, so 17, almost 1,800 square feet versus 1,300 square feet. So that additional square footage makes a big difference. So if we're looking at this property is renovated. Upstairs attic has been finished. So that's where a lot of the additional square footage is coming from. Upstairs attic was finished. The main level was finished, as well as the basement. So you have 3 floors of living space, where our subject property only have 2 floors of living space. So that added that extra $50,000 in value to this home here in Chicago. Now, one of the things that I always want to tell you is when you're in some of the Midwestern states or colder states, brick properties hold their value a lot more than frame properties. So when we talk about making sure we're comparing like properties, and we want to make sure we're comparing brick properties to brick properties, frame properties to frame properties. When you're in the Southeast or in the Southeast or the Southwest, you're dealing with a lot of stucco. So a lot of those properties are already frame and they're not brick. Okay. So this is a big difference. So someone can look at this property and easily make the mistake and say, hey, these properties are in the same area. Why is this one $320,000 and our subject property only $275,000? Okay. So another thing that I do is, so this is a free resource, right? This is redfin.com. What's my home worth? You can do this. They use it for pretty much all states, all areas. So if you want a free resource in order to find comps, you can use this platform here. Okay. Another thing that we can do, looking at our main homepage of our subject property, we can scroll down and we can get additional information. So we can look at rent per month, rental comps. And then you always want to make sure that you look at your information here. Okay. You want to confirm number of bedrooms, have bathrooms. Yes, there's a basement, a 1.5-car garage, number of bedrooms below grade. So this is originally a 3-bedroom home, but we added an additional room in the basement to make it 4 bedrooms. And we added an additional full bath in the basement to make it 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, versus when we originally picked this property up, it was 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. So you can see the price history here of sold properties, everything like that. So we can look at the history here. This is exactly what we picked this property up for, $90,000. We put about 90 grand into it actually, and we sold it for 270. So coming down, this is what I wanted to show you. It'll tell you information about the neighborhood, what's going on in the neighborhood, the schools and areas around there. Value trends. So as you can see right now, this property was at top of market July 2022. Well, actually, we sold the property at top of market. We sold this property in December of 2021. So you can see they say that the area is somewhat competitive. Some homes get multiple offers. The average home sell for around list price and go pending in 57 days. Hot homes can sell for about 3% above list price and go pending in around 37 days, right? And then also you can see nearby homes that are for sale in the area. And then you can see more comparable properties here. So this is one free resource, redfin.com/what's my home worth. So we can safely say that the ARV, after repair value, the comp value for this home really has been consistent. So at what we sold this property at 270. The Redfin estimate is 268, and we know that we have comps, solid comps at 275, 270, 265, things like that. So you always want to make sure that you get 3 comparables in the area. Now, one other thing that we do before we make an offer on a property or look at the property, contact the seller or anything like that, we go to what we call a prop stream. You can get a 7-day free trial. Just go to marcusemaloney.com and then click on the banner that says prop stream. I'll log in here and I'll show you exactly what you can do with this here. So prop stream it's like MLS without paying for MLS. This is a fee-based service, a monthly fee-based service of like $99 a month. But again, you get that 7-day free trial versus MLS. You have to be a realtor, you have to pay MLS dues, everything like that. So what I can do is here is just put the address here. Now this is going to pull up everything about this property, right? So we got the map of the area. This says estimated equity value is $276,000. So now we're starting to see, okay, Redfin had it at 268, PropStream has it at 276. So now you have a solid baseline. You got a low of 268 and you got a high of 276. And you have estimated rents at 2,200. So let's click on details. Details, we can see exactly who owned the property, the mailing address. Normally, if this mailing address is different, then this would be considered a rental. So we can look at the MLS details again, when it was sold, how much it was sold for, how many days on market, everything like that. We can look at the mortgage details, and I'll come back to the comparables. We can look at the mortgage details. We can see that she bought this property from Third Generation Management and Holding right before Christmas 2021. And that's about all it's given us for right now on this property. But you can also see the history again. We bought the property from Kimberly Lewis and Carl Givens and Christopher Givens for $90,000. We held it for about 8 months and then turned around and sold it for $270. Okay. So let's look at the comparables, because this is the reason why we are here, right? So we have our subject property, 10807 South Morgan. Look, this is pulling in exactly what Redfin pulled in, 10855 South Morgan. So we got that one as a comp. So right now we're pulling in public records and from the MLS. So if we just want MLS data, we have it right here. So we got 10855 South Morgan, 10772 South Peoria. Sold, we have 1043 West 109th sold. So as you can see, you're looking at these different numbers here: 275, 174, 210, 204, 50,000, 80,000. All right. So you got to be careful when you're looking at these numbers, because you don't know if these properties were renovated or if they were vacant, how they look or anything like that without actually looking at pictures. So as you can see, so we can come here and we can look at just flip comps. Properties that were comps that were flips. What we mean by flips is, they wasn't held for a long period of time, but this will pull in, wholesale transactions. This will pull in properties that were interfamily transfers, things like that didn't actually go on the MLS, or they were only held for a short period of time. Okay. So let's just go back to the comparables. So we have 10855 55 South Morgan. We know that that's a good comparable. Let's uncheck all of these. So we have that one. Let's look for another one in the area. I know the area pretty well. So as I look at these addresses, I can understand and know where these properties are. The only thing about Redfin sometimes is that they don't pull in the best comps. So I always like to dig and do my own due diligence. I mean, I have access to the MLS, so I can go on the MLS and do further research, but just by using Redfin. So again, subject property here. This is number 1, which is the Morgan property, 10855. Let's look at number 3. So let's take a look at number 3. And this is, let's look at this address. So now what I'll do is I'll take this address, drop it right in here, and look at it this way. All right. So you're seeing a difference, right? So in PropStream, it had 1043 West 109th as a comp. Okay. But one of the things that we were confused about was looking at this sold for 210. So why would this one sell for 210 and our subject property sold for 270? And it's literally a few blocks away. Let's see, not even a few blocks away. This is right around the corner. And this is the reason why. So once you start looking at this, you'll see it's brick. That checks the boxes. But let's look at the interior. Dated. Solid home. Clean, but it's not renovated. Basement is finished with drop ceiling, which is not ideal. It's clean. Also, this is a quote unquote tri-level. You have steps up and steps down, which is not ideal for older individuals with the numerous steps. Has a garage. So when you're looking at that, you have to be inquisitive as to why one sold for one price and why one sold for another price. So now also looking at, this is 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, where our subject property is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So this lacks a bedroom and it lacks a full bathroom. All right. So just wanted to be brief here. So we know that our subject property going back is 270,000 ARV on this one. All right. So let's move on. Let's do the next property so we can close this out. Let's do the next property, which is 19162 East Siegel Drive, Queen Creek. We'll put that in there. We'll drop this in here. So we have an image of the property. Property last sold in 2011 for $115,000. All right. Let's kind of look, because what we want to do is we want to see the condition of the property to see if it's been updated or anything like that. Okay, we have older looking granite, older looking tile. Looks like a clean home. Somewhat dated, right? All right, so we looked at that. Okay, so let's look down. We got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,757 square feet. Redfin has an estimate of $426,000. I never like to just take that estimate. You always want to make sure you do your own due diligence, right? So let's come down and let's look at some of the properties. So what was ours? 3, 2.5, 1,700 square feet, 1,757. We can't use these, although they're in the same area, right? So same area. You do cross a major street here, but you're looking at 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,300 square feet. Can't use that. This is 2,000 square feet. Can't really use this one too much. 1,500 square feet. We could use this one. This one is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. We can't use that one because it's a lot bigger. And then this one, 469, 4, 2.5, 435, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 14 square feet. Okay, so although we are crossing one major street here, we could possibly look at this as a comp with some deductions because this has an extra bedroom. We could possibly use this one as a comp. And that would possibly be it. But again, one of the things that I tell you is you can always scroll down and we can see other homes that are on the market and sold in that area. So none of these we can use. These are all new builds, or this one is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Don't want to use that. 3 bed, 2 bath, 2,300 square feet. So let's look at more recently sold homes in that area. All right, so I can zoom in. Let me move myself out the way. Where are we at? We are, I think we are all the way up here. Okay, this is where we are in this Cortina area here. Okay, remember our subject property was right in this area here. So if we look in this area and this area, we'll see what comes up as comps. Nothing here. It's 4,200 square feet. This one here, we could possibly use 1,800 square feet. Our subject property, I believe, was 1757. So we could look at this one. Updated, clean, new flooring, new cabinets, counters. 3.2, similar build. And again, although this is right across the street, we could possibly use this since we don't have any comparables in this area. So we're looking at 474. That's one. Anything else in the area? And this is common. You can find this where it's really difficult to find comps and you may have to go back a little bit. So we found 474 using Redfin. Let's go to PropStream. We see who the owner is, Eagle Family Trust. See the mortgage details, loan amount, $92,000 at 4%. And I was back in 2011. They should have this property paid off pretty much. Okay, so stay focused, Marcus. All right, let's look at details. Let's look at comparables. Let's see what's in the area. Let's just look at MLS for now. All right, so we got, see, we're right in this little pocket here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 properties in this little pocket that we can possibly look at. So let's uncheck, check, 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 and check. All right. So looking at these, we have, so 1 and 2 are rentals. So they rent it for $2,100 and $2,300, and number 3 rented for $2,200. Number 4, 1935 East Superstition Court. Let's copy that. Sold for $442. It's 198 days on market, 3 beds, 2 baths. Let's kind of look at that one here. So we know we got 474 on Redfin, right? And if we're looking at this one is 465. We're within the square footage, 2,000 square feet, pretty much. This one has an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom. So we would definitely deduct for that. Sold in February. Normally we would like to keep those sold dates, within 90 days. And with the way the market is going now, I think that 90 days is safe to say, because it's not like things are flying off the shelf. Similar to condition, same builder, similar quality. Let's see what we have here. Okay, that's basically it when it comes to the pictures on this one. So we have 465, we have 474. Let's scroll down and see if anything else pop up on here. We have 475, that one's 2,300 square feet. 459, same area. See, just across this street. Again, you normally don't want to cross major thoroughfares, but I know this area. This is the same community, which is named Cortina. All right. So I would safely say this property, it's about 440 to 450 will be the comp for this property. Let's go back to the subject property. And let's see what Redfin, I think Redfin had it at 468. There we go. Redfin had it at 426. So I think they may be a little light on the ARV on this one. I said 440, so 430 to 440, I think is safe to say with this property. So these are just a few ways that you can comp properties with absolutely no access to the MLS. Remember, one is PropStream. Again, you can go to my website. You can get it here. It's free 7-day free trial. Just sign up, get it there. And then you also have completely free Redfin. Again, that's Redfin. Let me clear it out so you can see. Redfin.com/what's-is my home worth. Okay, just click on that. It'll take you to this page, enter the address there or there, and it'll give you all the details. Okay. So before wrapping up, right? So I'm Marcus Maloney. If you don't know already, I've been in the business for over a decade, closed, numerous deals, numerous fix and flips, have a portfolio of rentals, and really love real estate investing. So I have a few things for you that I can give you absolutely free. You could download your free purchase contract. This is the same contract that I use to close $30,000 wholesale deals. So you can use this contract before you talk with your sellers. Make sure you have everything prepped and ready to go. And then I'll also give you, 15 strategic questions to help you talk with the seller. That's one of the main things that people are afraid of is, what do I say to the seller when I'm on the phone? I offer you and give you the questions that we use and that we train our students on what to do, how to have those conversations. So I'm here for you. If you need any additional information, again, or if you want to talk to me, I have a free consultation. Go right to the website, click on there, put your information in there, and you will talk directly with me. Not a representative, not someone else, but you'll be talking directly with me and I will answer your questions. So I love doing this. I've helped quite a few people. This is no sales pitch or anything like that. I just want to genuinely help you by answering your questions so you can get started on the right track, right? And then we have the We Love Equity Real Estate Show, which is my podcast where I talk to a lot of investors just getting started and those who have done hundreds and thousands of real estate deals. So you can get everything that you need, by listening to these different podcasts from, wholesalers, fix and flippers, those that haven't done a deal, that's starting with the marketing, to those who can teach you about market insights, what's going on in the market today. Like this one, Nicholas Nick, expert marketer, talks marketing for deals in 2023. So whatever you need is absolutely right here. I'll love for you to be around. And then you can find me on all my social handles, MRCS Maloney. That's MRCS Maloney, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Man, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here with me on today and showing you exactly how to comp properties without having MLS access.